Hi everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday class. A massive thank you to Basti for last week for helping me out by covering that Wednesday. Thank you, Basti. And yeah, it's great to be back. Can't wait for the class. And I'm going to just run a poll straight away and find out how you are coping. I haven't asked you that for a little bit. So could you just find out where your stress level is, whether you're coping well, you're okay, neutral, or stressed, or very stressed? And we'll work from there. Okay, a little bit of an improvement since the last time I did this a few weeks ago. We've got over half of you feeling okay or coping well, but let's work on those of you who are feeling very stressed and just neutral and try and get you back into a more positive space. Okay, here we go. So let's start off with the body scanning. I've got a great point of the week, not quite as awesome as Basti's point last week, because he had spleen 6, which is probably one of the most important points in the whole acupuncture and shiatsu system. But got an interesting point for you. We can try it out later on. But let's find out how we're doing right now. So we're going to do a whole body scan, as usual, just to check in. And then we'll do the 3 burner scans and see how we're feeling. Okay, so let's do this in the standing position. I'm going to go back here and I'm just going to relax and tune in. We're going to scan down right through our whole body. So we start the scan above the head and we go through the body, through the top of the head. You can close your eyes if you like, just to go a bit more internally. Check out how you're feeling in the whole head area, the jaw, always a favorite place for getting tension. And then we're going to go down through our neck, through the throat and neck area, just feeling what that's like. Through the shoulders, both sides, and then down the arms, down into the elbows and the wrists and the fingertips. Okay, cool. And now we're going to go down through the chest area, through the abdomen and the diaphragm, and down into the whole intestines and the lower back. We're just scanning down through. You want to include the thoracic spine in your scan as you go down, just checking out the back. We're going to go down through the hips, and down into the knees and down into our feet. Okay, so now just relax, close your eyes for a second, take a bit of a snapshot of the whole of how you're feeling, and you can compare left and right, front and back, up and down, just to see how even and flowing everything seems to you. Okay, got it? So what's that like? Let's do a quick sketch and then we'll do the 3 burner scans. Okay, I'm just going to draw my whole body scan. Always a good idea once a week just to check in, see how we're doing. Okay, cool. Okay, and now it's time to check into the 3 burners. So, and we can find out how everyone's doing. We'll work on the burners later on. So just to divide up your piece of paper like that into 3 parts, and then we'll scan through. Okay, so standing up again, or you can do the sitting down as well. It's absolutely fine. We're just going to relax. We're going to tune into the lower burner. That's below the navel, round into the lower back, and down onto the pelvic floor. We're just going to tune in and see what that's like. Got it? Okay, then we're going to switch on up to the middle burner. That's this bit here, from the diaphragm, around the navel, and it's the kind of this area here, lower thoracic and the upper lumbar. That's the middle burner. So closing our eyes for a second, tuning into that. Okay, very big change from 2 weeks ago for me, and I don't know about you. So then we're going to go up into the upper burner, which is this whole lung and heart area here. Closing our eyes for a second. Okay, great. And now what we're going to do is we're going to compare all those 3 areas. So just comparing one against the other. Do any of those 3 areas feel particularly like they need some work? Maybe they feel a bit weak, maybe they feel a bit blocked. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to ask ourselves, what are those 3 areas like? And we're going to just draw them down on our piece of paper here. I'm just going to quickly do that, and we can always write some words in as well. Okay, just to remind you what we're looking for, according to Chinese medicine, in 3 burners is a kind of stable, relaxed and solid feeling in the lower burner, an open, relaxed feeling in the middle burner, and a kind of free kind of space, not any congestion or anything like that in the upper burner. So it's like solid, free and open is what we're looking for. So if your drawing differs from the ideal, maybe we can work on that in this Wednesday class. So let's run the poll and we'll see which burner you'd like to work on today. I'm just going to find the poll and here it is. So what's going to be the favorite burner this week? And we've seen some pretty dramatic changes over the pandemic and things are changing, I know, in a lot of different countries. So let's see what we've got this week. Wow, I can't believe it. This is a really big surprise. We've gone back to the middle burner being the most dominant burner. Unless you've got a few more late votes coming in, everyone. They're evening out. They're lower and the upper are closing on the middle burner a bit. But look at that. The middle burners come out as tops, and that's been quite unusual, actually. We had a really strong pattern of that at the end of the second lockdown. And we put that down to sort of like long-term frustration and things like that. So maybe that's what's happening now. Maybe we're all getting a bit frustrated with the length of the pandemic. But look how even it is as well. So we've got to address all of those 3 burners in this Wednesday session. Okay, great. Okay, so the middle burner, if you remember, is dominated by the stomach and the spleen meridians and the liver and gallbladder meridians. And the stomach and spleen are our meridians of this 10-week cycle. We're in the earth element cycle. The stomach and spleen meridians are related to kind of anxiety, worry, and things like that. And when they're in balance, they give you a nice feeling of being grounded. You can be sympathetic to others. And it gives you that kind of feeling like you have when you've had a really nice meal. So that's what we're going to aim for today. We're going to try and feel at the end of the session kind of really contented and kind of grounded. That's going to be our aim. We're going to do that through working all the 3 burners. Now, the other meridian that also dominates the middle burner, if you remember, is the liver and gallbladder. And the liver and gallbladder doesn't like things to be stagnated. So a good idea in every one of these sessions is for us to basically shake out the body, because shaking out is really good for any stagnation and also for any kind of freezing of the body that's caused by stress. So let's start with some shaking and then we'll work up through the burners and see how we get on. Okay. Right, so first of all, let's just get into a comfortable position. Remember, opening up kidney 1 on the sole of the feet and feeling that nice feeling of being grounded down into the earth. Okay, and floating our head up. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just do some bouncing here. We're going to do some shaking of the spine. We're going to use the spine as a central axis. So just imagine that golden thread picking us up towards the heavens, and someone is just going to give it a little imaginary bounce there. Okay, and we're going to get that shake all the way down the spine. So let's start off with the top of the cervical spine, around here, around the base of the cranium. Just get that head floating about, bouncing about, and then just keep it nice and gentle, floating down, keeping the throat open, keeping the spine nice and relaxed. Okay, very good. Let's do a bit of shaking of the jaw, like this. That's it. We get that jaw really released. And then as you feel that jaw relax, it's closely connected to the stomach channel, which runs down the front of the neck. So what we'd like to do here is get that jaw released with the bouncing, and then relax the front of our throat all around the SCM muscle. And see if you can feel that connection all the way down the front of the body there. And that's opening up the stomach channel. Very important, again, for the middle burner. Very good. Okay, not to forget in the back of the head. So now we're going to get the head floating up, bouncing. Keep the neck really relaxed. And then we get down into the shoulders. Okay, so we're going to keep those shoulders really loose. Remember the egg under the armpit. We're going to keep that really relaxed and open. Keep the spine feeling like it's suspended. And that freedom in the spine can spread out then through into the collarbone and down into the shoulder, into the elbows, into the wrists, and down into the little fingers, all the little finger joints. Keep those arms relaxed. Very good. Okay, excellent. So let's do some more shaking in the actual torso. We're still bouncing around here. Scapulars are getting more and more free. So what I'll do is just let the scapulars shake out as well. Keep the scapula shaking out. That's it. And let's go down into the thoracic cavity. Now this is a great place to shake because we get a lot of tension built up around here, around these joints here where the ribs come into the sternum. So we're going to shake a little bit backwards and forwards like this, just keeping these joints open. Okay, and you'll notice that as they go round into the back, okay, we get this connection between the ribs front and back, and that's a really good area to work and to shake out. So let's just do a little bit of that and shaking and opening up the whole rib cage. Excellent. And then we get down to the diaphragm. The diaphragm is one of the biggest muscles in the body. It's huge. It goes right and it separates the upper and the middle burner. And it's an area that often gets very, very tense. So we're going to shake around that area there. And if we jiggle up and down, what we do is we just help loosen up the abdominal cavity here and just allow the diaphragm to relax. Just take some nice, deep, easy breaths going down into the diaphragm. Okay, very good. So now let's just keep on with that theme of the stomach channel and let's just go back into the jaw again. Relax the front of the throat and feel a connection down through the front of the body into the abdominal muscles here. And what you're feeling in that is that connection there is the stomach channel, and then as we get lower down, the spleen channel as well. Okay, so just keeping that open. Very good. Feel that connection all the way down the throat, all the way down the digestive system. And now we come into the whole abdominal area. This is a good area to shake because basically all the abdominal area, organs are all kind of like moving around, and they need to be able to move around and relax here in the whole abdominal area. Particularly useful for the vagal nerve because if we can relax this area, it will send a message up into our brain and tell us that we're kind of safe. So we're going to just shake this area and we'll do some self-shiatsu and some ampuka therapy later on. But let's just start off by shaking. I'm going to sink into my hips now. I'm weighting my sacrum down, sinking into the hips, and this creates more space here, containing the pelvic floor. And just bring your attention down into that whole abdominal cavity. Notice if there's any areas that feel kind of tense or don't feel they're moving, and we're going to shake them about in a really relaxed way and get them all moving so they feel nice and happy. Very good. Excellent. Okay, still keep that bouncing in the spine. Keep that egg under the armpit. Keep those arms nice and relaxed. Okay, now we're going to another very important joint in the body. That's the hip joint, and we've got gallbladder 30 right in here. This is a really important point. And we're going to just shake out one leg at a time. I'm just going to give that a bit of a shake. I'm opening up the hip. If you're finding it hard to balance, you can put your hand on the wall or a chair. Just try and get that hip really released here. Shaking down into the knee and the feet. Just give it a little bit of a rotation as well. Just get right in there. Very good. Okay, excellent. And the other side. Very good. Excellent. Okay, to get those hips moving. I'm going to bounce down. Just going to get that sacrum really weighted again. Keep the shaking all the way from the upper body, right the way down to the feet and the hands. Okay, let's get shaking around the whole body and make some sounds, some releasing sounds. That's it, right the way down to the feet and the hands. Okay, very good. Okay, so I'm just going to check in again, just scan through again, just notice if there's been any changes already to what you drew with your whole body scan. Okay, so shaking is very good for moving energy and it's blocked and stuff like that. So now we need to start anchoring it and tonifying the energy in the body. And the way we're going to do that, first of all, is with the lower burner. So let's just start energizing the lower burner. I'm going to rub my hands together. Let's get a little bit warmer. And place one hand over the dantian, that's right here, just below the navel. And what we're going to do is going to connect energetically with that area by opening up the armpits. Okay, there we go. Open up the armpits. Get that egg underneath the armpit. We're in the Tai Chi position, feet shoulder width apart, sinking the hips down, floating that head up. Excellent. Okay, so let's just bring the breath down there to start with. We should be nice and loose from all the shaking. So let's bring the breath in. In other words, we're going to focus the breath down into the lower abdomen here, breathing in. You should feel a movement here underneath your hand. If you don't, then we've got to do some more work on that middle burner and get that diaphragm and everything unblocked. But hopefully by now we feel a little bit of movement here. If I exaggerate, you feel this kind of movement coming out here. Holding the breath and then breathing out. Very good. Okay, let's do another few together, breathing in. Aiming the breath down here, holding it, and then breathing out and relaxing. Breathing out through the mouth. So we breathe in through the nose. Bring that breath down there, hold it, and breathe out through the mouth. Okay, excellent. So let's do a little bit of Qi Gong energizing of the lower burner. And we're going to do it like this. Small circles, open up the shoulders, keep the alignment. So we're floating that head up, we're floating the head up, and we're anchoring that feet down into the earth through kidney 1. Okay, very good. Keep that egg under the armpit, keep the arms as relaxed as possible, just nice light circles. And again, breathing into that area. Okay, so now let's do some directed breath work, and we're going to use it to anchor ourselves down. We need to anchor the lower burner in order to free up the middle burner and open up the upper burner. And this is one of the ways we can do it. We can breathe the Qi down into kidney 1 and then finally down into the center of the earth. Sound good? It's a pretty awesome technique. I'll show you how to do it. We're going to keep this circulating. We're going to breathe in the Qi, bring the breath in, imagine the Qi connecting underneath your hands. Okay, now this time as we breathe out, the breath comes out, but we send the Qi down through our hips, knees and legs down into kidney 1. Okay, do you want to try it? So here we go. We're breathing in through the nose, hold the breath, gather the breath underneath the hands, become aware of kidney 1. Very good. Okay, and now we slowly exhale and we direct the Qi from the breath down into kidney 1. Here we go. Okay, not bad. But I tell you what, we need to relax those hips and the knees and the ankles to get that Qi down into the feet. So let's try it again. Breathing in. Okay, relaxing and opening the hips. Keep that sacrum weighted, relax and open the knees, open the ankles. And now breathe out, direct that Qi down to kidney 1. There we go, much better. Okay, let's do it one more time, breathing in. Collect the Qi, breathe it down into kidney 1. Relax those hips. Yes, okay, fantastic. Right, so now that's stage 1. Stage 2 is anchoring that Qi down into the center of the earth. Keep the shoulders open. We're going to do 3 breaths, and this time we're going to direct the Qi down through kidney 1, right down into the center of the earth. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so here we go. Breathing in. Okay, open up kidney 1. Breathe out. Send it down to kidney 1, and then imagine it going down, down, down as far as you can through into the earth towards the center of the earth, like an enormous root going down. Excellent. Okay, now keep that root there, breathing in. Keep that connection, breathe out. open up that kidney one and send the Qi right the way down, both legs. Excellent. One more. Okay, breathe out. Okay, now standing, just in the Qi Gong position. Now see if you can maintain, let's see if we can maintain that connection between the lower burner and the center of the earth. Just for a moment there, just get that feeling of being totally connected down. Fantastic. Okay, so now look, if you try and actually, someone could come and try and push you over, they'd have no chance now. Look how strong you feel. If you just move your weight and just try and lift up one of your feet, and notice that it's absolutely nailed right through to the center of the earth. And that's just the sort of thing we need to keep us calm and centered with all the kind of stresses that can come. Okay, awesome. So now, why don't we do just a little bit of dowing to give that kidney energy even more strength from kidney one up into the lower dantian. And then we'll check in again and see how deep and how strong that root is. Okay, so let's do it. Just get the chair. It's my preferred method now. I've got a chair here, so I don't have to change the camera angle. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. So we've got kidney one. If you remember, I'm just going to take my sock off. Okay, here we go. And we're going to just go like this and find kidney one and work it. So I'm working into kidney one using my fingertips, opening up the feet, right in there, 1/3 of the distance down the midline of the foot. So let's open that up. Kidney one is the strongest point in the body to anchor you in, or anchor us into the center of the earth. I'm just going to do some tapping here on kidney one. Just going to tap away. Okay, using either hand. There we go. Excellent. So we're just going to open that up a little bit more, press right in there. And if you want to, you can bash it on the floor, bang it on the floor, and get some more energy into the feet. Okay, very good. And so now we've got the other foot. Let's get that kidney one really energized. So we've got kidney one right in there. And we're going to open up the foot. And start tapping. Just going to tap that point. Excellent. Open it up. Very good. Kidney one's also the most powerful point in the body for treating headaches and things like that. Too much energy in the head, and it's used for all kinds of issues in the head, particularly heat and headaches that are caused by heat rising up the body, because it's the most yin point of the body. Okay, so let's have a check in now and see what that's done. Just get this chair out of the way. Okay, let's see what our root is like now. Do you want to try it again? Okay, so this time, having energized kidney one, just by that little bit of dowing that we've done now, let's place our hands over the dantian again. Breathe in. Just using alignment, softening the hips, opening the hips, knees and ankles, and we're going to breathe down. Breathe down through that kidney one, right down into the center of the earth. You see how much easier it is now? Having energized kidney one, the function at that point's working, and we're super connected to the earth. Okay, time to move up to the middle burner, which was the winning burner. Let's have a look. Yes, 38%. Okay. Now what that could indicate is there could be some frustration going on there. Middle burner is mostly affected by anxiety, frustration, things like that. So what we want to do really is get this area as relaxed and as open and as stable and grounded as we can. Now we've already made a great start here because we've got a really nice feeling of being connected into the earth, which is a really good root there. So now we can work on opening up this whole area here. So what I think we'll do first of all is we'll do some acupressure therapy on ourselves just to check out if there's any areas of tension. And I'll just show you how to do it. I'm going to come right to the camera here and show you what we're going to do. We're going to find our abdominal region, which is, you find your sternum, go down into the rib cage here. You can feel the ribs, and you've got the hips there, the top of the pubic bone, and that gives you the whole of the what's called the hara in Shiatsu. And Puku therapy is Japanese system of treating just the hara, and it's a whole specialism in Shiatsu, and we can do self and Puku therapy just by doing some very simple techniques, which we're going to do now. And the first one we're going to do is we're going to feel around the whole of the circle of the abdomen and just see if there's any area of tension there. We're going to start off here, right in the center here. You might feel a pulse there, that's the descending aorta. And we're going to go around this way. We're going to go around clockwise. Okay, so right around here is the actual stomach organ. So we're going to kind of ease that in. We're going to use some nice, easy pressure there on the stomach area. Just gently pressing in. If you feel any tension around this area here, it could be the earth element that you need to balance out. Okay, I'm going to go down. We're going to follow around the intestines here, just doing some really nice self and Puku therapy. And what I'm doing is I'm placing my fingertips here, having an extra little bit of pressure here. I'm keeping my arms open, keep that egg under the armpit, and I'm going to work round, up, through the intestines. This is now the ascending colon. And then when we get round to here, around this part, we've actually got the liver and the gallbladder all around this area here. Now, so if this area is more tight with you or more painful, that means you need the wood element balanced out, which we'll get to in a minute. Okay, so let's work around here. Very good. Okay, now we're going to do a smaller circle, a similar circle. We've done this big circle like this, and we're going to do a smaller circle round this way. And this is all round where the small intestine organ is. It's also in Chinese medicine related to the spleen because it's to do with absorption of food. And again, in Chinese medicine, there's an actual syndrome pattern called worry not the spleen. And what that means in Chinese medicine is basically this whole area around here, which is the small intestine area anatomically, becomes quite tense. And I've had clients sometimes that have literally it felt like there's a fist in there before the session, at the beginning of the session. And it's amazing how you can just get that fist feeling, that tension all around the navel, how you can get that to release using Shiatsu technique. So let's help ourselves out here and just check around the navel. And if you press it a little bit harder, you can find out yourself whether you've got a knotted spleen in Chinese medicine. How knotted is your spleen? And now this area here really should feel open and relaxed, and it should not feel at all painful to touch. And if it does, you need some more Shiatsu and you need some more doing on the stomach and spleen channels. Okay, so here's some really interesting middle burner stuff. We want to look for this area being open. Okay, we want this area, the stomach, to be nice and relaxed and not painful. And the same thing with the liver on this side. We want this to be, again, relaxed and not painful to the touch. And finally, this area here around the navel where it knots up, we want that to be kind of really very pliable and soft. And if you've got any of those things that are not happening for you, maybe you're getting a tension here, not in the spleen, maybe you're getting tension around here, let's see what we can do for you in the next 10 minutes or so with some doing and some Qi Gong exercises. Okay, so first up, what we want to do is we want to move the energy in the middle burner, and we're going to do that by using our famous twisting exercise. We're going to focus it into the middle burner, float that head up, get the sacrum hanging down, release the legs, open up the kidney one again, get that root down into the center of the earth. Okay, feeling good, feeling stable, excellent. So now let's free up the middle burner with some twisting. So we've got that nice anchor down there to the floor in kidney one, and we're going to keep that. Now we're focusing our mind on opening and releasing the diaphragm and the middle burner. So keep it nice and easy. Okay, we're keeping the hips more or less to the front, and that enables the actual twist to be focused in on the middle burner there. Very good. I'm just checking my alignment, having my head float up. Very good. Okay, nice and easy. Okay, so that's a good start, but now we need to do some serious stuff, some serious doing stuff. I think we need that middle burner seriously worked on today. So let's start off with the stomach and spleen, and we've got some really important points just here on the outside of the navel here, and there's a point here. If you just go from the navel out onto the top of the abdominal muscles here, right there, that's a really important point for the stomach channel. So we're going to start by doing some light tapping there. And if we really relax, you should feel that point resonating right into the digestive organs there. You'll feel it going right into the intestines and then up into the stomach area. Okay, remember that was a little bit higher up. It's a very important point for the intestines and the stomach. So we just want to give that a little bit of attention. And then we're going to add it onto the channel. I'm going to tap down here. We're going to go down the stomach channel, which is on the outside front of the legs. Okay, we're going to go down past number 36, and then we're going to come up the spleen channel, and we're getting very close to point of the week. Okay, so we're going to go up spleen. And then we're going to go back up here to some 25. Oh, I gave it away. We're going to go down. Stomach channel. And up the spleen channel. Okay, excellent. Let's do one more pass. Let's come back up to here to this famous start point. You should feel a nice little tingling feeling down the fronts of your legs now. And that starting, particularly if you're an earth element middle burner person, you're going to feel that middle burner just starting to release. And then go down again. There we go, down we go, and up we go. Excellent. Okay, and brushing off all the way down. Okay, now I'd like to check in now and just see with our acupressure therapy whether that's changed anything. Now, if you had any tension around here, knotting the spleen, hopefully that will be now nicely more even. If not, and it's a real thing for you, you might, during the week, you might want to do more work on the stomach and spleen, okay? Now, if you have this, this area here, the stomach area, tense, hopefully that will have changed during the exercise. However, if you're a wood element or a liver and gallbladder middle burner, that might have done too much for you, and we need to address the liver and gallbladder channels. Okay, now if you remember, the liver and gallbladder channels are down the sides of the body. They will run all the way down. Basically, if you go like that and you look at me like this, not like that, you look right down the side of the body, that's basically the gallbladder channel. And the liver meridian runs on the inside of the leg, which is the paired channel. Okay, cool. So all we need to do now then is just work on that and get that liver and gallbladder, get those liver and gallbladder meridians freed up. Hopefully then that'll be completing the middle burner work that we need to do. Okay, so let's make a start by working the liver meridian. We're going to focus it very much on the middle burn this time. So we're going to start off here with liver 13, just by that floating rib. I'm going to go up into liver 14, which is just below the nipple here. Okay, I'm going to just do this. Now this is really interesting as well, because liver 13, which is right by that floating rib, it's been one of the points of the week that we did. You can find it by going down through by the ribs and finding that floating rib. That point is really closely connected to the digestive system and the stomach and spleen. So it's a kind of double whammy to do that point. So we'll give it a really good tap. Very good. Okay, so now I'm going to go down and we're going to work on the gallbladder channel, and we're going to work on the famous gallbladder 30, which is this point right in here, in the buttock here. which again we have done on point of the week. If you want to look it up. And then we're going to go down the gallbladder channel and up the liver channel. The liver channel is on the inside of the leg. Excellent. And then we go back up to the sides of the body and then down again. We're going to go right into that gallbladder 30. Down. Outside. And up the inside. The liver channel. We go back up here and then down and up. Very good. Okay, let's just release that. Excellent. A bit more shaking out. Let's get those joints released. Don't forget that the wood element is related to the joints, stagnation in the joints. Okay, and now let's just check back in again. This time I'm going to check this side with the ampuku, and this is the side that's related to the liver and the gallbladder. So if this is still a little bit tense for you, then just remember during the week to do a little bit of extra work on the gallbladder channel and the liver channel and really get this area nice and freed up. Excellent. Okay, so let's just review. We've got the middle burner is the winning burner of the week. So we have opened up kidney 1. Okay, remember we've shaken all the way down from the jaw, opening up the earth element channels in the front of the body. Particularly, we did that today. We also did a big number on connecting the lower burner through kidney 1 and rooting it right down into the earth. Okay, that was really awesome, and we did it by opening up all these joints. And now we've freed up the middle burner, so hopefully now we can move on to working on the upper burner. Okay, the upper burner was only slightly behind here. We had 31% upper burner voting today. So the upper burner, if you remember, is related to the lungs and the heart. Get a lot of stress related that goes into the upper burner because it affects the breathing. Okay, and also the heart obviously gets affected when we get the adrenaline system beating away. So we need to kind of calm that down. We need to get the breath relaxed. So let's just try doing that to start with. Let's just get that breathing really relaxed. So what we don't want to do is this, okay? We don't want to do this kind of breathing where we bring the breath really high up into the body and high up into the lungs. What we really need is that downward action, the kidney energy grasping the lungs, Qi is what they call in Chinese medicine, and directing it down. So let's just do a few breaths into the upper burner, but we're going to keep it as low as we can. Ready? Okay, we're going to breathe in, keep the shoulders relaxed. Very good. Okay, and keep directing the Qi downwards and fill the lungs up as much as we can. Okay, and now we're going to breathe out. And as we breathe out, we send our energy down again, down towards kidney 1. Breathing in again. Keeping it nice and rooted, breathing out and okay, very good. And we're going to elongate that exhalation. So breathing in. Nice long out breath. Do you notice how that made us feel so much calmer? And there's an explanation for that. Let's just do that one more time. We're going to breathe in. Now make that breath really long, that exhalation. Calmer, right? Let's just do one more. Breathing in. Slowly and long. Okay, and that's because the out breath affects the parasympathetic nervous system. It's another vagal nerve thing, and that's one of the main ways we can control our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. It's so cool and so easy to do. Okay, so let's get those lungs open by using this very easy lung Qi Gong exercise. I'm literally going to lift my arms up just to just shoulder height and drop them down. Got my thumbs outwards, nice and easy. I'm keeping the shoulders really, really relaxed. I'm opening up lung 1. Okay, we've got all these lovely lung points to come in the autumn in our points of the week. But for now, if you just Remember that the lung comes out of the body, the lung channel comes out of the body here. So when we're doing this exercise, just keep going. We want to open up the front of the shoulders. Keep that thumb outside. Okay, excellent. Now, if we can add an extra little tweak to this by opening up kidney 1 and getting that root down into the center of the earth. And the reason for that is explained in Chinese medicine by the kidneys grasping the qi from the lungs, which basically means that when we feel a bit breathless or when we feel stress breathing coming on, rather than concentrating on the breath, we concentrate on the lower burner and we concentrate on kidney 1, and we concentrate on getting our energy rooted. And look what happens, okay? Opening up those hips, opening up the knees, opening up kidney 1. Okay, feel your energy going down towards the center of the earth. Okay, now keep that there and just keep those shoulders open, keep those thumbs on the outside, and notice what happens to our breath. Notice how it's much more rooted down, the diaphragm naturally relaxes. And even if we take a deep breath in, look, try a deep breath in, it doesn't go up the body. You notice that? It doesn't go. Okay, and it's by keeping that kidney 1 activated that allows us to take really deep breaths in without our energy going up. And that's the secret of the kidney energy rooting or grasping the lung qi. Okay, and you see that in Shiatsu practice a lot. We get a lot of people who've got maybe kidney deficiency, kidney energy deficiency, and they get breathing problems. You might think, okay, you've got to treat the lungs, but actually you get more results by treating the kidney channel, boosting the kidney channel up, roots the qi from the lungs, and it helps the lungs and it helps the breathing problems, okay? So that's a really important connection in Chinese medicine. It's really useful for treating all kinds of breathing related issues. Okay, feeling better? Okay, good. So now we're going to do some tapping. Let's just see. Down the arm. I'm going to go down the lung channel. I'm going to go down the lung channel and up the large intestine channel. That's it. Okay, the lung channel runs down towards the thumb. So we're just going to aim from this area here down the arm to the thumb. Okay, we're just going to do that 3 times. And we're going to go up the other way. Excellent. And down. Sweet. Okay, I'm going to brush off. And we do the same the other side. We can tap from here, down, lung. Some very good points around the elbow. Down the thumb here. And then back up. We've got some really great points for the week coming up. Oh my goodness, which reminds me, we haven't done point of the week this week yet, have we? Oh my goodness, how could I have forgotten that? So we're going to go up, we're going to go down, and brush it off. Okay, very good. Right, okay, so now we just do some stretches with the heart, for the heart area, and we've got this stretch, this pericardium stretch, which is a really good one. Whoops. A little bit lopsided today. We're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out, stretch backwards and open up the chest area here. Breathe in and breathe out. One more, breathe in and breathe out. Okay, we're going to open up that upper chest as much as we can and get this whole channel opened up and relaxed. And we can do some doing again on the pericardium channel, which runs down the center of the arm. So we're going to tap from the chest down in the center of the palm and then up the outside of the arm. This is the triple heater channel. Got it? Okay, so we start here. Give it a good tap. We're going to really open up this area here. And we're tapping down the middle of the inside of the arm. Okay, remember some of these lovely points we did at pericardium 6, we did triple heater 5, we did with when we did the fire element thing. Fire element 10-week cycle. Okay, and the same thing the other side. Going to open up this area here. Tap down the inside of the arm. the other side. Okay, and then down the inside again. We're opening up the pericardial channel and up this way. There we go. Excellent. Okay, brushing off. Okay, so that's the upper burner. Okay, and we've explored that really important connection between the kidney energy and rooting down and the upper burner. So let's just switch back to the middle burner for point of the week. Okay, and the point of the week we've got is actually a really important one. If you ever get heaviness, if you ever do your 3 burner scan and you get a feeling of heaviness in the lower burner, it could be damp in Chinese medicine. And this point is special for working damp in the lower burner. And you probably guess, if you know your points, you probably guess what it is already. I'm just going to put up the slides and bingo, here we go, spleen 9, okay? It's called yin spring mound. It's supposed to be where the qi starts to go deeper into the body, and it has 3 main actions that we can explore. It resolves damp in the lower burner. It's also used for abdominal distension and diarrhea, and it's also used for knee problems. We use it a lot in Shiatsu for treating knee problems in combination with spleen 10, which we'll be covering next week, point of the week. So I'm going to get the chair out and just explore this point. I'm going to describe how you find it, and if you look at the chart, it's probably the best thing because you can actually see the anatomy of the leg. So what you do is you take your leg and feel behind the shin bone. You can see there, you can see the tibia marked. I'm going to work up. I'm just working my thumb up from spleen 6, which is what Basti did last week. And if you work up there, up the leg, you get just below the knee, you'll get to like a curve, which is very easy to find. And right nestled in that curve, we have spleen 9, and it's a little bit of a sensitive point. And let's just do an energy work perception thing. So if we just relax, keep the leg nice and relaxed, okay, and then gently press in. There's basically 3 things that can happen. You're either going to feel the whole channel opening up, or you're going to feel it locally in the knee, or you're going to feel it in the lower burner. That's probably the most likely things that are going to happen. Okay, so let's just feel that. Okay, now if you feel the resonance in the lower burner, that means you can feel the action of a resolving damp in the lower burner. You can also get it, it also treats abdominal distension and diarrhea, so you may feel it in the sort of middle burnary area as well, but it tends to affect mainly the lower burner. And the other thing that you might feel is you might feel the energy going into the knee itself, because the knee is a great point for treating the knee, especially if knee problem is related to spleen channel weakness, which it often is. You often get the kind of a weakness and an instability of the patella, which is caused by the spleen channel being weak through the knee. And spleen 9 and spleen 10, so make sure you come next week to find out about spleen 10. Those 2 points are an awesome combination for treating weakness in the knee, and I'll show you how you can do that next week. Okay, so let's try the spleen 9 on the right leg. So I'm going to follow this up. You just look at that diagram, look at the bone, see how the bone is, and just follow it up. Just when you get to that corner there, you'll find spleen 9, and then we're going to relax. We're going to tune into our own energy, and we're going to gently press into spleen 9, and we're going to see, where do we feel it resonating? Do we feel it resonating on down the leg, the whole leg, in the knee, or do we feel a resonance in the abdomen, particularly the lower abdomen? And if you can feel a resonance in the lower abdomen, then that's the energetic connection with resolving damp and also for abdominal distension. So you've got it. Okay, cool. So that is, it's spleen 9, point of the week. Hope you enjoyed that point. And it's going to be, like I say, next week. Let's put this out of the way. Next week, we'll do spleen 10. And I'll show you how you can combine the 2 of them together to treat the knee. Okay, so here we go. Fantastic. Okay, spleen 9. We love that point. Okay, so we've worked on the lower burner, we've worked on the middle burner, and we've worked on the upper burner. So it's coming towards the later part of the class. We've got 10 minutes left, and that's the time we need to spend on clearing those yang channels, making sure that we work down the head and neck, and also into the shoulders and the, down the arms and the legs. Okay, so let's work on together. I'm going to start by tapping around here. I'm just lifting up here around the top of my head, tapping around the back of the neck. I'll just show you what I'm doing. I'll just turn around here. So I'm working down the back of the neck here, onto the shoulders, tapping the shoulders. The important thing is to connect down the yang channels from the head down this way. So we're going to start off on the head, so we can work down the sides, and we're going to join it up this week. So we're going to joining up through into the gallbladder channel, onto the top of the shoulders, down the arms. Got it? Okay, and we can do the same the other side. So we're connecting the neck and the shoulders down into the hands. Okay, remember earlier we did a big connection between the front of the body, and because the middle burner is the most dominant burner this week, what I think we should do is just do some tapping here around stomach channel, around the jaw, and around here, around the head, front of the head. And also the forehead here is also related to the stomach and the large intestine channel. So we're going to give them a good tap, and we're going to go down here, and we're going to work the SCM muscle here along the front here of the neck. We can do that by squeezing the neck with the fingers, because that's where the middle burner, stomach and spleen, channels run. Okay, so let's just do a bit of that, and then we can go down here onto the chest. And we can go down here, and then this joins up back with stomach 25, which is what we use when we worked on the legs. Okay, so we're just kind of joining everything up here, just at the end here. Very good. Okay, I'm going to brush off down the arms, brush off, and get that chi away from the head. We do a little bit more shaking, right down into the legs and the hands and the feet, because we want to make sure we clear out any obstruction that we have in any of the yang channels body. Okay, absolutely great. Okay, so why don't we do a little bit of opening of the spine before we finish, and let's do this week, let's do a stretch of just to open out the spine, open out the bladder channel on the back. It's a very simple one. All we do is we stand, allow our body to go forwards like this. Okay. And just hanging, feeling the spine curving forward, and then we're going to just let the head float up, floating up. And get that head floating up. We're going to breathe in. Breathe out. I'm just going to do a simple back bend. Again, really easy. Opening up the spine. Keeping that head floating upwards. Float the head up again. Breathing in, breathing out. And we're just going to float down. As we do this, just tune into your whole spine and release any of those vertebrae. Got it? Keep the jaw relaxed. Let's connect with the earth through kidney 1. And I'm going to breathe in again. We're going to float that head up. And breathe in. Breathe out. Gently stretching back. Feeling all the spine opening out. Feeling the connection with the feet. And back to the center again. Okay, one more. Ready? Breathing in and breathing out, just hanging down. Feel all those vertebrae releasing. Let's bring our mind into any areas of tension in the back and just let those vertebrae go. Just let them release. Excellent. Excellent. And I'm going to breathe in And float back up. Very good. And breathe out, stretching back. Breathe in. And breathe out. Whoa, lovely. Okay, really nice. So we've just got a few more minutes left that we can do some breathing and we can check in and see how we're doing. Okay, so let's just see how we've done today. Okay, it's been really quite a deep session in terms of connecting the upper and the lower burner, and also a really specific one for getting that middle burner connected up through the channels as well as releasing the actual middle burner itself. Okay, awesome. All right, so let's check in. Opening up kidney 1. Let's get that root all the way down into the earth. Let's float the head up. Open up the armpits, get that heart, that egg underneath heart 1. Let's soften the hips. Let's direct the breath down into the lower abdomen. And let's make the exhalation really long. That's going to keep us really chilled out and really relaxed. So with those long exhalations, we're going to send our Qi right down through kidney 1, right down to the center of the earth. That's it. And we're just going to release any areas of tension that we have left in our body after that amazing session that we've shared. Okay, excellent. Okay, so now we're going to do some just Tai Chi breathing to finish off with. So we're going to breathe in, float the arms up, and breathe out. That's it. Breathe in. Feeling that Qi. Breathe out. Opening up kidney 1. Feeling centered with the earth. Breathing in. And breathing out. Okay, let's do a few more of those. We're going to keep the shoulders really open. Keep that kidney 1 connected to the earth. Okay, breathing in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep the exhalation really long. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, perfect. Great, we've just got 2 minutes to find out how you are. I hope you enjoyed that session. I really enjoyed it myself. It was a long 2 weeks. I missed the session last week. Let's find out how you're doing. I'm just going to find the poll. How do you feel now? Okay, everyone, do you want to just share that? Do you feel more balanced, about the same, or less balanced? Maybe, I think with the middle burner, it's probably, likely that we might get a few reactions. Let's just see. No? Let's just see if we have any reactions, because the wood element is the one that is most likely to give you a reaction. I found that in the clinic time and time again. If you work the wood element, quite often you'll get a reaction, and you might get a temporary feeling of feeling worse as the body clears itself of any obstructions. Okay, we've got away with it this week. Thank you very much. We seem to have got away with any reactions. I'm just going to pop back into the chat and just see how everyone's doing in the chat. Excellent. Okay, very good. I'm going to put a heart in the chat just to everyone. Thank you ever so much for joining us. Really love these Wednesday classes, and we're working our way through the earth element, and soon we're going to be going into the deeper into the stomach and spleen points. So look out for that, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Tell your friends. We've nearly got 1,000 people registered now. Obviously not everyone turns up every time, but we've nearly got 1,000 people registered, 900 and something registered for the classes. So thank you very much again, and we will see you next Wednesday. And just to finish up, just say it's lovely to see so many familiar names in the chat. Just want to say a big thank you for Dinah for doing the chat. There we are. She's just saying thank you to everyone as well. Okay, and don't forget, if you get stressed in the week, long exhalations and get that kidney one rooted down to the earth and all will be well. Okay, see you next Wednesday.